A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Yikes.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Now, when I first saw this game, I was like, yeah, this is interesting. I mean,
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
I read up on the game, because I mean, very few games am I going to buy without reading up on them first. And,
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
the house from a distance kind of took the fur out of the Weasley's house in Harry Potter when you get up close.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
That's creepy. Going through the dog
Crawling
door.
through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years,
January 2010.
I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
That's sad. Got the whole family there. Well, part of it, I guess. Got the great grandma, the brother, Edith, and the mom.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Barbara.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
That's creepy.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
No, no, I don't want to do that. This house is something else.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
So yeah, basically this is the story of a family curse, and then I think you
I
go
grew
in
up
each
looking at
room
Molly's
and
room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
you learn about their story, like what happened to each person.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
December 1947.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ew. Gross.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Well, that would have been messed up, considering it was alive.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Hmm.
I kept eating and eating.
Ew, toothpaste? Ew. Nasty.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her. could tell she was getting really tired.
Hmm. Hmm. Damn it. Where did it go again?
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Nothing to see here, just a shark rolling down a hill.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Good grief.
Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seeds. tasting really good.
There it is.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I
Oh boy,
moved
it's
real
really
quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Imagine that crawling out of your toilet.
I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Little weird game. Cool game. Really cool game, but
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Awkward.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Ingeborg. Yeah, it would seem so. Alright guys, we're gonna stop it here, and I'll see
When
you
Edie
guys
told
in the
people
next
Sven
part
was killed
of-
by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
I'll see you guys in the next part of What Remains of Edith Finch.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Yeah, I imagine. Alright guys, I will see you in the next part of What Remains of Edith Finch.